The artificial sun is still up. Fog's coming and going. That whole group of cows is all in the feed barn. Well, and some in the main barn. There's a couple eating at that other feeder outside. The other group is about half and half. It's a little warmer than yesterday. I think it's 40, 40 something. Better than 35. Excuse me. Breakfast is coming back. Well, it's just saying hi. It's not really coming back. Dogs all think they want in. Oh yeah, and Rainy. Yeah, she's already in. I neglected to do one thing yesterday that I meant to do that I said I was going to do. And I had to remember to grab something and bring it out here. I don't know what it would be. Oh, wait a minute. There it is, boys. There's your sticker on the wall, on the door. Watch it. That's kind of where I look through the door. I'm starting to get that plugged up. But, hey, you got Robbie up there looking over everybody. I don't trust those shifty eyes. I don't know. And the rest of them. So far. Then one of these days I'll probably kick myself in the ass for not having a bigger door or not doing it on a sheet of plywood somewhere and having more room. But anyway, Nap Farms has made it to the door. Thanks, guys. I could have left the freaking camera on. I just walked in here, set my coffee cup over there, and came over here. That's a pressure washer hose that actually blew the end out. Well, not the end, but blew the hose off not far from the end. It's been laying outside for a while now. And I happened to find a couple of barb fittings. These are a swivel, so that turns. That fit it. Oh yeah. Right there, I got a hole on my finger. That's from cutting that off. I just realized it was still there because I just bumped it and hurt it. Anyway, I'm going to use it for an air hose. Every now and then I need a little more somewhere. I was able to salvage these to... Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Now what do I do? I can't even get my foot. I can't go nowhere. Anyway, I salvaged the stiffeners because those barbs are really short. And I'm just going to tape them on, but I got to put ends on, which I did find a couple. But I got disrupted from that last night when number 2 came home. Because, God knows, we can't afford a freaking barrel of Delo 400. I mean, the cheapest we've hit is 900 and some bucks. Everybody keeps telling me that this is basically the same thing. Okay, so it's Canadian version. If you want to see it in a little bigger print. I've heard of it. Now we've got a barrel. Moore's using this in a couple of his trucks. I think he's got one truck he doesn't use it in, but he's using it in the others. And it seems to be performing very similar to Delo 400. So, and he got a good enough deal on the barrels. He buys a little more than we do, where they're changing oil in 5 trucks all the time. I mean, we change it in, 5 trucks, however many with 8 or 9 tractors, but we're not changing it as often as they are. You guys don't get to see Ron because he's sitting his butt in a truck all day long. He's been working like 13, 14-hour days. It adds up on your oil. So anyway, I'm hoping this will perform like Delo, because we've got a couple tractors that they like to sip a little oil if it's not Delo. And if it's Delo, I mean, we can run a week before we put any oil in it. If it's not Delo, you're putting oil in every single day, sometimes twice a day. So we're going to see how it does. We got a little bit of Delo left, not very much. I mean, I don't think we got over 20 gallons left, if that. and it'll take damn near a full barrel to change oil in all the tractors. So we might actually get started on that today. I don't know. We'll see. Show you that thing yesterday. Of course, it was raining by then. Becky and I were at a resale place over at Sherwood a couple years ago. Yeah, they got a lot of building materials and stuff and a lot of crap, and this happened to be there. And so I looked up quick, found out what the hell they cost. You know, different color, different brand, but what I found was like $185 or something like that. I'm going, that's too much. And they had this thing marked at like $85. We bought a bunch of other stuff, and I said, you know, they're open to offers on stuff, and it'd been sitting there a while. I think we got it for like $40. For $40, I can't go wrong. I never read the instructions on there. I had to have number 2 read those while she was standing in the back of the pickup, and I went to take the barrel of oil out. I thought they gripped tight enough and you could get the upper lip. No, hell no. I started to pick up, it slid off. I'm like, But I got it picked up enough to slide it to the back of the pickup where I could gear up lower, because I'm thinking, okay, we'll come in here because the rib's heavier, but I want to see what it says on it. So I had to read it, and she says, yeah, go to the middle, between the ribs. Okay, worked great. I'm not quite sure how you undo it by yourself. I mean, I think they're supposed to be, maybe if I read the instructions, it'll tell you. Actually, if you got it on a lift truck, you're supposed to chain it in, and maybe you can tip it enough, and because these rotate up and away. So maybe you tip them enough. I don't know. We'll figure it out one of these days, but hey, it got the barrel out of the truck anyway. So, lack of anything else to do this morning. Not like I have a lack of anything to do, but I want to get the welder back over here where it belongs. And yeah, kind of dirty over here. So I just took all the chains out, resorted them, cleaned them up. I got to fix one, then I'll hang it back up. Then I'll tackle that section. Then the welder can come back over here where it's out of the freaking way. And then I'll tackle that bench. Get all that. I've already thrown a bunch of stuff away from working on stuff, and figure out what to put the rest of it. And the bench can move back over this way, so it's not in the way to get to everything else. I don't know how far I'll get in here because I still got stuff I have to do outside, but you know. And yeah, I'm going to fix this chain. It's actually 2 old safety chains off a trailer. And that's how I do them sometimes. Lap them, weld them. It ain't going nowhere. One of these heavy chains over there was done probably 30, 35 years ago, and it ain't gone nowhere. But this is what we did years ago when we finally moved the lathe. The lathe used to sit here. Well, of course, it came out to the buckets, but it made a wall there, so you had a spot coming in. And when we redid stuff and enclosed all the upstairs, cut a big chunk of bench out because all it got used for was a catch-all anyway. Dad would bring stuff in, set it on there, and walk out the door. I'm like, well, where's this shit go? So we took a section out, slid the lathe in there, built this, and it's been a good thing. Gives us a spot to hang all this stuff and bars and that kind of thing. And some of this stuff doesn't belong over here, but it's here. It'll find a different spot. I'm not sure why this old hoe is in here. I mean, we did it for scraping something. Might have been for scraping in the upright bins. So it really doesn't even belong anywhere near the shop. But, yeah, like I said, we're going to have a little fun here. Get this straightened up. Try to get some stuff back where it kind of belongs, maybe. It's all cleaned up, looks normal. And, yeah. Went in for lunch, and I'm trying to put the deals that hold those cabinet doors shut in. Not like I've been at it for very long. About an hour and a half. Cheap crappy screws they send with the stuff. I have broken 5 screws off in the door, running out of places to do things, even pre-drilling the wood, and I'm still breaking screws off. So take more bits in than the little one I got. And hey, Becky got 2 packages because she didn't know they were a 2-pack. I got more screws. I've only got a couple left out of the first pack. Then I opened the second one, and I don't want to have to run out of screws. So I made 20 trips back and forth to the shop. It was raining. It quit raining. It's actually not too bad out. I'm out here in the sleeveless shirt and I'm comfortable. When it was raining, it was a little different. Cows all got put in one big happy bunch today. No fighting, just a bunch of old cows acting like they were calves, jumping around, bellering and slipping and falling on their butts, trying to get hurt. You know. Now, I don't know if you can see her or not, but there's a set of legs on the other side of that Tahoe. Quit raining, so number one's trying to get those lines apart. I don't know why they'd be so tough to do. Crappy plastic connections, snap together connections. Hasn't been touched since it was new. Only 14 years ago, right? And I can't get my hands in there. She can't get her hands in there. Just another reason engineers all need to be shot or hung, or maybe they should try being a mechanic before they're an engineer. I'll stay to this side. Blue doesn't cuss. She's over there cussing up a storm. Part of her wish. Got him in. There's a whole row of filed off screws. Freaking pieces of junk, but there it is. That's a little issue too. I got these flush on top, but this one doesn't go down as low as the other. So, yeah, folded over some crushed cardboard and made a shim. It works. It's there. She better not break it. Yeah. Lazy Dog says, thanks for watching, everybody. She's in here because it's been raining all afternoon for the most part. And she stays in here because she's a lazy dog.